So now let's take a look at the Wireshark interface. Now when you look at this next generation, you look at it and it seems as if there is not as much going on. And yes, it is a streamlined interface, but there's pretty much everything you need in order to start capturing traffic. Now up at the top, you still can see some of the different things as far as menu choices, and some of the icons are available. If they are dimmed out, it's simply because there is no packet to work with those icons, so they are not available. Here you can put in a display filter, in which again you can do once the capture begins or with the pre-capture packet, and then down below it says open. Now once you open a packet, capture or save it, it will remain on that open, and then you can take a look and quickly reference it. Now down below is where you see the capture and some of options. Now what these are called are spark lines, and that lets us know that we have an active connection and it's exchanging data. Below capture it says use this filter. Now you could put a capture filter in there. I usually don't because it limits you to only what you are filtering and you miss everything else. But you could, if you want, to put a filter there. And next here you see is that all interface shown. So if I click on this and if I just unselect this external capture, you see it will remove USB PCAP, and if I just select this, it will again show this stuff here as well. And one more thing you can see with Ethernet, you can see nothing is happening here because right now we have wireless connection. We don't have connected any Ethernet cable, so there is nothing here. Down below this, you can learn more about the Wireshark. You can see this wiki, you can ask question and answer, and you can also see the guide here. Now let's take a look at the USB cap. So again, we'll click here and you see all the devices here. And here in the USB input device, I will just select this mouse and I'll just click on start and yes. Now this is great if you are troubleshooting and want to know what exactly happening during the connection. Now again, I will just stop this and I will close this. And again, we are here in the Wireshark interface. Now, if you want to do a little bit more, and if you go to this capture option and options here you see three options: input, output, and option. And down below you see enable promise case mode on all interface, and make sure this is check mark. And again, you will see this capture filter for selected interfaces. Again, you will see all this capture filter here. But let's take a look at output. Now here we can capture to a permanent file, and we are asked how would you like this, and the PCAP next generation is generally what I leave it as. But remember that Wireshark only going to be putting it in a temporary file until you save it. Now if you want to capture for any length of time, one thing you probably should do is drop it into a ring buffer, and this would occur right here. Use a ring buffer after how many files. For example, if you are letting a capture run and you put a specific coloring rule in order to look for something on a network, you could just keep dropping it into a ring buffer and it will overwrite those files over and over again. Then we go to the options, and here we can see some of the display option and update list of packet in real time. And I generally select that and automatically scroll during live capture. Now the name resolution, this is where it's going to do a resolution of one of the three things. Resolve the MAC address. It does not hurt to do that. That would give us the manufacturer name, and that just simply comes from a file. Resolve transport names. I do that too because then it will tell us what application it thinks it's associated with. Resolve network names, I generally don't select that, and that's really because if I did select it, it would be hitting the DNS server a lot and it would cause a lot more traffic. And then down below, stop capture automatically after how much. You would say maybe after so many packet or how much of a capture you want, and you can then begin your capture. So the Wireshark interface looks a little different, but as we see, it does the same thing as legacy and provide us everything we need in order to begin capturing packets.